The main difference between example 2 and example 1 is simply the format of the answer. In example 1, we were asked to give the exact answer, which meant leaving the answer in radical form, because we didn't have a perfect square. In this case, we're asked to leave our answer in decimal form, and in fact rounded to the nearest thousandth, or the nearest 0.01 or 3 decimal places. Of course, the other difference here is that our question also has some decimals, but we'll be using our calculators anyway, so this shouldn't pose a problem. Once again, we'll start by finding the values for a, b, and c. A is the coefficient for the x squared term, so a is negative 0.25. B is the coefficient for the x term, so it is positive 0.13. And c is our constant, so 3.3. I should note here that the equation is once again set to 0. So that's the reason for a, b, and c. Let's fill in the quadratic formula. So we have x is equal to negative b, so in our case negative 0.13, plus or minus the square root of b squared, so 0.13 squared, minus 4 times a, so times negative 0.25, times c, times 3.3. Making sure that our fraction line covers everything that I've just written in that numerator, I'll now divide by 2 times a, or 2 times a negative 0.25. So I've used some more brackets here than I really needed. The negative 0.13 didn't need brackets. It really is just negative 0.13. And 0.13 squared didn't need to be in brackets because it was positive to begin with. In any case, now reaching for my calculator, I find that 0.13 squared is 0.0169. Negative 4 times negative 0.25 times 3.3 is positive 3.3. And all of that is divided by 2 times negative 0.25 or negative 0.5. All right, so we've got negative 0.13 plus or minus the square root of 3.3169, all divided by negative 0.5. And perhaps you've skipped some steps in here, and that's okay as well. And continuing over here, we find that x is equal to negative 0.13 plus or minus the square root of 3.3169, or 5.759. And all of that is still divided by negative 0.5. So now I'm going to show that we clearly have two answers. Because now to keep going, to give a decimal answer, I'll have to do either the addition or the subtraction given in the numerator. So x is either equal to negative 0.13 plus 5.7593, all divided by negative 0.5, or x is equal to negative 0.13 minus 5.7593, all divided by negative 0.5. In the first case, I get negative 11.26, and in the second, positive 11.78. And write that x is equal to negative 11.26, comma, 11.78.